Hello, I'm Gareth A, and this is the Championship Rounds for PitchBoxing, where I bring you all the interviews from the combat sports world. Enjoy.
Yeah, a little press work this week. Got to go to Sky in a bit to plug the fight this week, obviously. Then we got a press workout Wednesday, press conference Thursday, then Friday, then we're there.
Has it been weird waiting? It was June originally, wasn't it, that I saw you? It was going to be a June-July fight.
It's going to be July 2nd, yeah. So I did about 4 months for the July one, and it got cancelled 2 weeks before, which I was devastated. I cried buckets for a couple of days, but no, as it turned out, it's the best thing that happened to me, to be honest with you. I mean, that was my first training camp in 10 years, so first time I'd sparred, first time I'd done my body belt, first time I'd done my weights, first time I'd done everything. Basically, I'd lost all that weight. I was 15 stone 4, lost all that weight. But even though as well as I felt, as it got postponed, I was a little bit achy, a few niggles here and there and everything, because obviously it's been my first training camp for 10 years. But this time round, no niggles, no injuries, faster, sharper, better sparring, lifting heavier weights. Just it's been, they say things happen for a reason, and it happened for the good of Ricky Hatton. I tell you what, I feel so much better this time. And the feedback I've got, it wasn't for nothing. At first I thought, oh, that for nothing. I had so many emails and comments and letters and stuff of how I've motivated people and people with weight control, and losing the weight and mental health, and how I've inspired them. So, and I see that as my job anyway now. So, I mean, it's all been for the better.
And presumably, it's given you longer to create that lifestyle. When we talked about last time when I came to you in the gym, you're getting in the habit of a lifestyle you want to have. No?
Yeah, it's a lifestyle change, definitely, because I feel so much happier. I mean, I'm not ready for my pipe and slippers yet, you know what I mean? But I mean, as we all get older, life slows down a little bit. Doesn't mean it's over, but it does slow down. And I think that's the point I've reached in me. I've reached in my life. It's going to be a proper lifestyle change for me. I mean, I'm not going back to that 15 stone mark again. And it's not, I mean, I might put a little bit of weight on from where I am presently sat here. But I mean, bulking up and all that. Listen, I can't keep dropping weight, 3 stone in weight, 3.5 stone in weight at 44 years of age. It took its toll on me doing it my whole career. Do you know what I mean? So now I don't want to be doing it as I'm, 40 into my 40s, So, and to be honest with you, I'm loving, I don't have an ego, as you know, but I think we all have that nice feeling when somebody gives you a compliment. God, Rick, you look so well. You look so healthy. Where you were a few years ago. You've inspired me to get my weight down, Rick. You know what I mean? It's I'm enjoying that place at the minute, Gareth.
So we're still waiting for the abs reveal. We've waited 5 months for you to reveal the abs, or have you done it in the meeting?
They're coming. Don't get on the front row. They'll poke your eyes out.
How weird is it when you go in there on Saturday night? It's almost 10 years to the day that you wanted to discover whether you really still had it at Manchester Arena, against Vyacheslav Senchenko. It's almost a decade. It's quite weird. And on the same night, your sparring partner, your ring partner, Floyd Mayweather, is fighting a YouTuber with 10.7 million views. 10.7 subscribers, sorry. You'd never have thought 10 years ago then, or even 14 years ago, that this would be occurring right now.
No, it's incredible. I mean, it's incredible that Floyd's still going and doing these exhibitions. I know it's against the YouTuber, but I mean, yeah, it is what it is. I guess it's the world that we love him, but it's the world that...
It's still selling boxing to a generation that don't know it yet.
Yeah, very true. But I mean, Floyd Mayweather can get away with it. He's a superstar. You know what I mean? He can get away with fighting YouTubers and that. I mean, and fair play to him. you know, the condition he's in. He's looked after himself all his life. He's not the best because of the talent he's got. It's because he lives every day as a champion, every day as an athlete. Unfortunately, I've not done that. But I think it's what makes it even more incredible, the fact that I'm, you know, still here, you know, because I've gone through them, you know, them bumpy roads and them speed bumps and them things. But I mean, when you think I'm doing an exhibition fight, you normally do a comeback 10 years after. I'm doing an exhibition 10 years after the comeback. And bear in mind what I went through, you know, as it's, you know, well documented. I think the best thing to come out of it thus far is how much it's just inspired people, whether it be weight loss and stuff like that. And I mean, and I hadn't even stepped in the ring yet with Marco and hearing that Manchester crowd roar and everything. Yeah. So I'm going to enjoy every minute of it, Gareth. I've enjoyed every minute of the build-up, even though it's been hard. It's been about 8 months slog, you know, but even, like I said, it's a lifestyle change. I went on holiday in between, Gareth, and it was the way holidays should be. A nice, relaxed, chilled 4 weeks break before I went back into training again, where normally the holidays would take more out of me than the fight sometimes. So I've come a long way, mate.
When you're on that holiday, when it's not carnage, when you've gone away, are you sitting back and going, what was I doing?
Absolutely, yeah. Well, listen, I'm going to hold my hands up. I had a good time.
No regrets. No regrets.
I had a very good time. So no regrets in the way I used to enjoy myself, you know, and stuff like that. I do. I had very difficult times, as it's well documented. You know, I mean, the good times when we were on high were absolutely brilliant. You know what I mean, and the low times were worse than ever. So now I've accepted both. I'm happy to park my ass somewhere in the middle, if that makes sense. And I think me family, my kids, my grandkids, my mates, my boxers. I think everybody is, because I think everybody's getting a better Ricky Hatton. I mean, it's not as if I was a bad person, because I don't think I am, but everyone's getting a better quality of Ricky Hatton, whether it be my lads in the gym, whether it be my kids on a holiday or a night out, whether it be my family going just round to my mum and dad's. Everybody's getting a bit better Ricky Hatton, and I think it's just great to see, bearing in mind how bad it was for that period. Yeah.
I did the press conference with Mayweather last Friday at Bethnal Green with Deji and Mayweather, and he's saying that he wants to do an exhibition bout in the UK next year. Did you see that?
I didn't know. I saw a video comment where he was complimenting me, saying he was a.
Oh, he was talking about you. He talked about you several times. Yeah.
Well, that's great, because he's no doubt he's arguably the greatest of all time. I think in most boxers' eyes, Muhammad Ali will always be the greatest for other reasons, but from an actual boxing perspective, and from how he dedicates himself to that unique skill his dad passed on to him, to what he has become. For have somebody say like that about me, speak so highly of me, is he's fantastic. And I thought it was hard done by the ref, but I don't want Floyd to compliment that, get that missing, confused with the fact that I was so grateful I was born in the era of Floyd Mayweather. And I think I speak for my family, my kids and my kids' kids, because of the obvious reasons. But it's nice to hear them things. Yeah.
What do you make of all the YouTubers with their big followings coming into boxing? Do you think it's good for boxing?
I don't know. I think I'm in the middle. I understand I believe we've got to accept it. I think we've got to accept it now. It's the world, it's where we're at. It's the world we live in, certainly from a boxing point of view. But I think you can either, I'm still going to be old school. You know what I mean? If I can do an exhibition against Antonio Barrera, I'd much rather do it than against a YouTuber, because I think what I get something from it other than a few quid. I'm not saying Floyd's doing it strictly for money. It's fantastic that the greatest fighter of all time is entertaining crowds still. So I'm not saying that, but I mean, it's for me, it's about, doing something for Ricky Hatton that makes him get up in the bed in the morning, getting up, going in a training camp. and doing it against Antonio Barrera. You know, I mean, if it was, you know, no disrespect to any YouTubers or anything like that, it's like, you know, if they said, "Oh, do you want to do a YouTube?" If he's got, you know, he's got 50 million followers or 40 million followers, do you want to do an exhibition against a YouTuber? You know, I mean, I need to do it against someone I know, and there's no. I'm not being disrespectful to any of them if I don't know them. I mean, the thing that gets my juices racing is sharing the ring with a Antonio Barrera or a Evan Morales or a Miguel Cotto or a Manuel Juan Marquez or a Floyd Mayweather or someone like that. A YouTuber, I don't think it's for me.
Appetite. Yeah, let me ask you finally. It's been a tough few weeks for the sport, and I'm just kind of asking you as an elder statesman in the sport who has a big following, has a big voice with the fans in British boxing. Do you think, and it didn't come across your radar that much with people doing positive drugs tests, when we look back on the last 3.5 weeks, I mean, I feel a bit, if I can say it, it sounds weird, I feel a bit traumatized by it. The Conor Benn, Eddie Hearn, Chris Eubank Jr. situation. In your view, when that popped up in the background, do you think it could have been handled easier and better with the public and with everyone so that we have more transparency? And do we need that going forward?
I think so. I think in boxing, I don't. You know, I'm a big fan of the border control. I mean, I think they do a great job, and they've improved it over the years. You know, bit by bit. But I think it. I don't know. I think it needs to be a little bit in black and white. You know, if you pass the drug test, you pass one. If you failed one, you've failed one. You should be given the chance to, you know, state your, the reason for it. Yeah, fight your case and and clear your name, if you like. But I think it's got to be, listen, it's black and white. It's yes or no, you failed it. You've got so many weeks, we'll do further tests to see if this is, it's legitimate and you generally, it was a false reading or something like that.
Yeah,
but I just think it just needs to be a little bit, it is in other sports, and I think we need to get up with the rest of the world in the sense, listen, it's yes or no, because I mean, I was talking to you, Gareth, in the hotel at the weigh when it was all up in the air and this and that. And I think, I'd speak to you and we didn't know what to say. And then I'd go and speak to someone else and they'd say, I think this. And I'd spoke to someone else and they'd say, well, I believe this is going to happen. I mean, I went around that room and there were 4 or 5 different stories of, oh, this is going to happen and that's going to happen. What they're going to do is they're going to try and do this and they're going to try and do this. Surely, for the sake of the sport, it's got to be a little bit more black and white where everybody knows what exactly is going on. And you should be given a right to fight your name. But I mean, it shouldn't drag like it dragged.
Yeah.
It should be, that's it, black and white, yes and no. We're going to give you a chance to prove yourself, but I think it just needs to be a little bit more. Well, but I think black and white is the best way you can see it. It's not, it's rocket science, and it's yes or no. Yeah.
But as you rightly say, and use one of your expressions, boxing's not a tickling competition. And, in my view, I'm giving my view here, as soon as they knew there was something adverse there, and they felt it was contaminated, I think you have to declare it in public, have a press conference, say this is what's happened.
Yeah, an open book, Gareth. You know what I mean?
An open book, and I think that's the only. I think it's the only way forward, because weird things do happen in boxing, and just to keep on the theme of the tickling competition, finally, you're in such good shape now. Have you seen Marco at all yet over here? And how are you guys going to be able to hold yourselves back?
No, I haven't spoke to Marco. I spoke to him before the fight, before the first July 2nd fight, and I saw him at the press conference. I spoke to him on the phone. Then a couple of weeks after, I saw him at the press conference. And then I FaceTimed him after it got postponed, and we were both, devastated as we worked so hard. But
did you shed tears together on the call?
I don't think we quite shed tears. You could see we were both cheesed off. But And I turned around, I just said to him, I said, well, listen, Marco, I said, I've needless to say, because we've worked out, I said, I've got holidays scheduled. He went, yeah, me too. I went, go on your holiday, Marco, get scheduled. I said, and, don't forget, it's been cancelled, it's been postponed. It's not been cancelled, it's been postponed. So have a nice holiday, spend time with the family, and, and then we'll get back at it. And, yeah, I'm sure I believe that's what he's done. I mean, that's what I did. I mean, like I said, normally when I go on holiday, the holiday takes more out of me than the fight. And that's what I mean about this lifestyle change. I was able to go away and have a holiday, recharge the batteries. You know what I mean? Few pints here and there, and a bit of a good time. As I'm not ready for my pipe and slippers, but holidays are different for me. I don't want to go to Tenerife running up and down Veronica's anymore. Them days are gone for me. And I felt better when I come back. I went straight back into the gym. I went straight back into pad work, straight back into sparring, straight back into bar bag. And I think Marco doesn't post a lot on his social media, not as much as me, because obviously I do a lot because I've got fighters that I train. I'm trying to big my fighters up. I'm always banging the drum about my mental health. So that's why it's been important for me to show me training and my weight loss, and, in order to give people a boost, where Marco's, he's always been a model pro. He's always looked after himself over the career. He's not been as naughty as Ricky Hatton in the, in the past. So I think, I think he'll be in good shape. You know what I mean? He's a very, very proud man. He'll come over here. You know what I mean? He won't want to come into my Manchester crowd and have me lead him a merry dance, and I don't want him coming over here and doing the same to me. So that's where the competitive will come. But me and Marco are professionals. We know when once enough. He's got to be realistic. You know what I mean? I'm going to put it on him and he'll put it on me. There's no doubt about it. But, we'll know when pushing the border is pushing. We'll know how far we can go. But one thing is, like with what the fans thought of me, my fights was always massive. And I will not let any of them fans leave that venue thinking what a stinker that was, what a waste of time was. It will not happen. You're going to love it.
Great stuff, Ricky. We can't wait to see it on Saturday night, of course, at the Manchester Arena. You look fantastic. Thank you so much for the time. And,
cheers, Gareth. Good to speak to you as always, mate. I'll see you weekend.
Cheers, Rick. Thanks very much.